I think Wolfgang Van Halen would be a really tough interview. I almost sense that he's still a little fragile for what he's been through. Maybe I've just seen him do so many other interviews where he's talking about, when he replaced Michael Anthony and at the age of 16 and big band like that. He's like, all of a sudden there's all these 40-year-olds that hate me. And being a 16-year-old, I can't process that. And then losing his dad, I mean, he had the album pretty much done, so he heard a lot of the songs, but he hasn't been around to see him strike out on his own, and can kind of tell by how big he's gotten, some of the stuff that he says on social media, you know, when haters go after him, you can tell it really gets to him because he like fights back.
Wasn't he just interviewed by the Smashing Pumpkins guy?
Yeah.
Those interviews have been pretty good when I've been able to catch those. Like
Hmm.
he had Stephen Piercy on and
Yeah, he does a lot of when he finally lets his guests talk. The thing about Billy Corgan is, yeah, he's the host, but if you're doing an interview, you're not supposed to talk more than your guest. He's got to set up his question and
hmm
he asks it in three different ways before he finally hands it over.
I find that annoying.
And with that interview in particular, I was kind of pissed off. It's like, I'm not going to talk to you about your dad, but, and they go on for 15 minutes about
I find that annoying.
being Eddie's son. And it's like, why don't you talk to him about his music?
Everybody in the world wants to talk to you about your pop. I promised you we weren't going to talk.
I'm
no,
used
but
to it though.
no, but here's the thing.
Jackass. Part of him going out and playing the solo for Hot for Teacher note for note at the tribute for the Foo Fighters drummer was kind of his, that's not me. I have to pretty much tell people at just about every show I'm not playing any Van Halen stuff. That's my dad's band. I was in the band, by the way, but it isn't any different than going to a Foo Fighters show and bitching at them to play Nirvana stuff. You're not supposed to do that. It's like, okay, I did it. Don't ask me to do it again. I can show you that I can do it, but that's enough now. Leave me alone.
I've had a lot happen in my life in the last, 6 years.
And some of his lyrics pretty much say the same thing.
Now get me far away from here.
So he seems to be struggling to find his way, but he's getting bigger, so that helps. I just wonder if he's going to stick with it.
he's like, you know what? I watched this Three Guys podcast and this Brad had my back. He knew exactly what I was trying to say to these people.
Yeah.
Yeah.